Wait. Oh my god. Alright, let's do this. What up, B-Geeks and dudes and dudettes? My name is DB-Geek and welcome back to another episode of Let's Watch the 7 Deadly Sins. Yes guys, we're back for more of this anime, and as you've seen from my reactions to the first 3 episodes of this show, I've grown to like it. I have. It has all of the elements that I like in an anime, and especially a shonen, you know. I really like the characters of Melodius and Elizabeth and Twigo and the other Sin. I forget her name now. She is Envy anyway, that's all I know for sure. And we've been introduced to her, which she's really cool, and she's also a little bit fan servicey. Look, I don't have a problem with this. You know, I don't have a problem with fan service. I know some people do, but I don't. I think it adds a little element of interest for some people, a little bit, you know, something more entertaining to watch, I guess. And, you know, humor at the same time also. So, we're going back into this anime now. From what I've experienced from this show in the first 3 episodes is that Melodius, or I think I'm getting that right. Melodius, I think is how we pronounce his name. We have discovered that he's incredibly powerful. Like, really strong. Especially when he caught that spear from the Holy Knight. What was his name again? Something Thunder, I think. I can't remember. Don't worry, dudes. The more I watch, the more I'll know when it comes to their names. But when he caught that spear, like, that was one of, like, the craziest moments I've seen for this anime so far. I'm not going to say it's the best moment out of it, because obviously it's still early days. So I am looking forward to seeing where this is going. I mean, what we've got already very early on is crazy. And, you know, from what you guys have been telling me, it just gets better and better and better. And I love hearing that from you. It means that I have a lot to look forward to. So, we're going to be checking out the next episode, which is episode 4. And I can't wait. Honestly, I can't. I actually look forward to watching this show now. And that's a good thing. There's nothing worse than watching an anime. You watch 2-3 episodes, you're like, do I really want to watch it? It's good when you're only 2 or 3 episodes in, you're like, I can't wait, because it's got all those elements that give you that feeling, you know. So this anime has that, so it's a good sign, and I can't wait for more. So dudes, without further ado, let's watch the 7 Deadly Sins. Oh wait, can I also just point out that Melodius is a complete and utter perv? Alright guys, so as usual you need to click the links below to watch my reaction, either the uncut version full length over on Patreon when you become a warrior, or click the link below to go to my Facebook page where you can actually watch the cut up reaction there. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and support the channel there, as I will be posting more things there more frequently in the future. Thanks so much guys, and stay tuned here on YouTube to watch my review. A special case. Oh my god, Ban is badass. Okay, we're definitely not watching the preview for next episode, but my god, let's talk about this in depth. Alright guys, so that concludes episode 4 of the 7 Deadly Sins, and we're going to talk about this from start to finish. First of all, I just want to say I'm actually really enjoying this now. I think I just get more excited now watching an episode. So there's that. It's already captivated me that much. But in this particular episode, we're introduced to a whole slew of new characters. Okay, we have this Jericho character who is an apprentice holy knight. She seems to be quite confident, a little overconfident. Then again, her abilities are probably pretty spectacular considering she is an apprentice holy knight. And these holy knights are kind of renowned, you know, throughout the lands. They're very strong, very powerful. And they seemingly hold the peace, but really, they don't seem like the good guys. I think the good guys in this are just painted as the bad guys when realistically, it's flipped upside down. But now we're introduced to, I think they're called the Weird Fangs. I think that's the name of the group of the Holy Knights that are here. And each and every one of them have their own different traits. But we have the insect one. We have one that can teleport. And we got another one and another one. We didn't really see much of the other few. We really got to see the bug Holy Knight. I can't even remember her name now. It escapes me. This is why I should start taking notes. I think I might start taking notes, you know, characters' names and stuff. But, you know, these Holy Knights, like I said, they're very, very, very powerful. They're renowned throughout the lands. People know who they are, what they're capable of. You know, they have some sense of authority, you know. They're kind of an ideal, no, what's the word I'm looking for? They're kind of like leaders in a way, and you know the people have no choice but to, you know, follow their orders, do as they say, and just, you know, serve beneath them because they're so strong, they're so powerful, you know. But I think the people, the local people and everybody else, you know, they kind of admire these Holy Knights. They think that they're, you know, something to look up to in a way. I don't know, it's very, very strange because it doesn't seem like the Holy Knights show that much compassion for the people. Like if we were to talk about Gil Thunder, like when he crashed into that building, like all those people were hurt and he didn't care. He just walked out like it was nothing, and there was people there that were probably on the brink of death, and he just leaves, you know. So I think that's very selfish, and it's not very holy in my opinion. And then, you know, we got that bug Holy Knight where she cast all these insects across the village, and you know, all the acid falling down and people getting hurt, you know, buildings being destroyed, and like they don't give a crap. They really don't. I think the only thing they care about is power and authority, and that's like a huge factor in this right now. It's kind of like, oh, you know, we're the powerful ones, let's get rid of the 7 deadly sins because they're a threat to our power. And I think that's the only main reason why these Holy Knights want to get rid of the sins, because they know that the 7 deadly sins are 7 incredibly powerful, you know, people that, you know, are way stronger than the Holy Knights. So obviously trying to isolate them from each other for one, because if they're together they're unstoppable, and you know, try taking them down one by one. And of course, you know, getting the word out that the captain is in fact in the area. They just wanted to pursue him and capture him, or if not kill him, as stated here that they were even betrayed by the doctor. The doctor was in on it. He gave him a poison that he'll never wake up. You know, I think that's a little bit shocking, but then I'm like, I think this could be a little bit predictable, because I think Melodius, or just Mel, is going to probably wake up from this like it's no big deal, because he's already shown that he's really powerful. So maybe he will just wake up and just like, oh, I feel good after that rest, and then they're going to be like, wait, what? Wasn't he poisoned? Or Elizabeth might actually have to find a cure, which I hope it goes that way, because then it's not as predictable. But then again, you know, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Gil Thunder, I mean, he seems to be a really badass character. I love his concept, but I think he's just a little brainwashed by power. He's like power hungry, you know, and he just wants to dispose of the captain because he sees him as a threat, competition. But honestly, I don't think the captain sees him as that competition. I mean, he called him Little Gil, for Christ's sake. I mean, that's a total insult for him, because he still remembers Gil Thunder when he was a kid, and he wanted to train and learn from the captain. So, you know, I think that's very cool. Like, if we just talk to like the other characters, I mean, the second sin that we were introduced to, Diane, I mean, I feel so sorry for her now. At first I thought she was so cool. I mean, she's a gorgeous looking character, but she's giant, you know, and she feels so isolated. She feels alone, and that's kind of a sad part of this episode, in my opinion. I think her character is, she seems so lonely, and you know, the captain was the only person that really treated her like everybody else. You know, didn't see her as a freak, didn't see her as someone that to be scared of. Like, he asked if she was scared, and that, you know, stuck with her ever since, you know, they first met. And it made her feel like she was the same size as, you know, humans. So what sparks my curiosity is there more people like her, or is she really the only one of her kind left? And why is she a giant and there's no other giants? Like, you know, there could be a lot more. Maybe she will find somebody else that's a giant. I don't know. I really don't. But she does everything for the king. like not the king, the captain. Like she'd do everything for Mel. She really cares about him. I think you would go as far as in saying that she really loves him. I'm not sure in love. I think she's just confused right now, but I think she really does care about him. She really does love him, and she'll do anything for him. I mean, she even proved that even though she hates bugs, which was quite funny, I think that was a nice bit of humor added in there. She still, like, you know, said, you know what, I'm doing this for the captain. I don't care if I'm afraid of bugs. I'm going to help him out, and I'm going to, you know, do what I need to do. And like this comes to one of my favorite characters. I think it's going to be my favorite character for a while. We had this Ban guy. I think he's the fox. He's got the fox tattoo. I think he's greed. Is it greed? I think it's greed. He's the greed sin, and his name is Ban, I think. And he's so cool. I mean, his encounter with Jericho, the apprentice knight, like, she was so confident saying, oh yeah, I want you to deliver a message to the Holy Knights and say that a prisoner tried to escape and I had to kill him. And I was just like, okay, I think she's probably kind of bite off more than she can chew here, because we just witnessed this dude, you know, literally break out of his cell. Like, that door didn't look like anything made out of cardboard or anything. That was a pure iron door that he kicked down, whilst having things like metal steel thingamajigs stabbed into his limbs, pulls them out with ease, you know, and that was enough to scare the guards. They were like, well, what do we do? I mean, he doesn't even feel this pain. What the hell? You know, and he seems like, I don't know what, like, the one question I have is, like, why was he there for so long? What was he waiting for? Was he waiting for word that the captain is around? Or as he stated, Captain, I think he might have a little bit of an accent. I don't know. I think if you watch it in English, it'll probably portray the accent better. But I think maybe he was waiting to see or hear from the captain to see if he's around. If Melodius is there, then he's ready to, you know, get back and group up and, you know, be part of the team again. So maybe that's what he was waiting for. So now he's out. And, you know, the Jericho confrontation, that was so good. I mean, when she went for the attack, she looked as if she was like, oh yeah, I'm a badass. I'm just gonna withdraw my sword. Like, so cool. Like, I got the final slash on this dude. And then he just kind of, like, he plays along, obviously, screaming or whatever. And I know that epic turnaround where his hair's all cut off, and then he turns around, his beard's completely shaved off, and he looks completely different. And he's just like, that was so cool in my opinion. And that's immediately was just like, wow, okay, this is the cool character, and I think this could be one of my favorite characters right now. Like, it could change. I mean, like I said, it's early days. So I think he's going to probably most likely get back to the captain, or maybe help the captain. I don't know. I mean, the captain's not in a great place right now. And Elizabeth looks like she's gonna be taken by one of the Holy Knights. It's kind of looking that way. He addressed her as princess because I'm sure the Holy Knights, they suck up to royalty. So I'm sure the king or whoever, you know, they serve them, because that's, you know, that's their purpose, is to serve the king or whatever. And now they're gonna bring Elizabeth back, even though, like, they clearly know that Elizabeth is with the captain, she cares for the captain, but they don't care. If the captain's dead, the captain's dead. They just want him out of the picture. So, you know, a lot of interesting things here, a lot of new interesting characters, and I can't wait to get into more in depth with them and where it's going, and, you know, be introduced to more members of the 7 deadly sins, and I can't wait till we actually see all 7 together. I think that's going to be really cool. But, like, this story so far, where it's going, it's interesting. I love the adventures that they're going on, and I love the characters that we've been introduced to already, which is, you know, it's so cool, you know. And the one thing I do want to point out before I end the video is Melodius's will to act strong and act confident and always be positive, because I think maybe he, being the captain, has this responsibility to make sure that everybody thinks everything is okay, even though it's not, because he's proven that in this episode where he seemed as if he was okay. Elizabeth was worrying, Diane was worrying, but he said, look, there's nothing to worry about, I'm fine, even though, like, he had a massive cut, he had so much blood loss, and he decided to leave where nobody could see him. And when he was in his room, Elizabeth called out to him, opened the door, and there he was, passed out on the ground because he's clearly not okay. He's clearly not okay. So, you know, I kind of admire that about his character, but then again, it could be his downfall as well. I mean, he might be taking on too much that he really can't handle. So, you know, I know being a captain, it's always overwhelming. Like, I used to be a manager in my old job, and, you know, trying to, you know, make sure everybody's okay, everybody's happy, and doing everything and taking on more work, and it's strenuous, you know, and obviously that stuff can have an effect on anyone. So of course, you know, I know this is an anime, but when we're talking about real life situations, that can happen. Sometimes all of it can get to you, and you just crash. And I think that's kind of what happened to Melodius here. So hopefully he gets out of the situation. Like I said, it could go either one or two ways. It could go as if that he just wake up, that he's completely fine, that the poison didn't even have an effect on him, or Elizabeth has to go find a cure, or somebody has to find a cure, or Ban would have to save him or something. I don't know. But like I said, dudes, this was a great episode. Excuse me. I'm going to be doing more episodes of this very soon. We're going to be doing more episodes next week. I'm going to do one episode at a time because I like doing these long reviews. I feel like when I do 2 episodes at a time, I kind of like, I forget about the first episode because I'm so eager to watch the next episode. So I want to do 1 episodes with decent chunky reviews, you know, to give my opinions on, or really think about them, you know, really discuss them, because I think you guys appreciate that, and that's the whole purpose of these videos, so you can get another person's opinion on it and see if we share the same thoughts. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this episode, dudes. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the episode. Did you enjoy it? Is there any particular character that stands out the most to you in this anime so far? I know you probably know a lot of characters already, and there's probably ones out there that are way better than this, better moments, better everything else. But like up until now, like, you know, who do you think back then when you first watched this anime was your favorite character, your favorite moment? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comment section, and that would be awesome. I'd really appreciate it. And of course, guys, you know, if you've watched this on YouTube, you went back here, you watched my reaction or my review, I appreciate that. I really do. Be sure to like the video as well, show a lot of love and support, and share it around. Get people talking about it. Like, you know, there's this new guy and he's watching 7 Deadly Sins and he's giving opinions on it. I think it's interesting for you to watch as well. Like, if you know people that like to watch what I do here, then, you know, that's awesome. You know, share it around, get more people to subscribe to the channel. Let's try build a bigger community here, because we got some awesome people here, and I'd like even more, you know. And that's not just for me personally or my own gain or whatever. I just like to have a huge community of people that like the same stuff, you know. But anyway, guys, like I said, that does end this episode of the 7 Deadly Sins. And as always, stay geeky, stay cool, be awesome, and be happy. And I'll see you dudes in my next 7 Deadly Sins video. See you later, dudes.